A very good morning to you and welcome to Prime Media Studios. My name is Moses, and today, in our newspaper review, online newspaper review, I have my colleague here, co-host Mr. Peter, in the studio. You're very welcome, Mr. Peter.
Thank you,
And
Mr.
together,
Moses.
we are actually going to be reviewing the breaking news together. First on our list, we'll be taking the Vanguard newspaper, and which says Tinubu sacks service chiefs, dissolves boards of MDAs. Tinubu sacks service chiefs, dissolves boards of MDAs. And I'm going to leave it to Mr. Peter because he is going to be dissecting and analyzing the headlines for us. So, Mr. Peter, what do you think? What do you think about this headline?
Is the proper thing. That's the proper way a new president is supposed to go. You understand? Because when you are being elected new, you need to reshuffle the people under you. You understand? You can't work with the people that are there before. You need your own people that will understand you and you understand. So I think
Okay.
it's the best move.
Oh, all right.
The best move.
So do you think this was actually fast enough? Comparing it with the past government, took time for them to reshuffle. Do you think this what President Tinubu did he actually studied and watched them? He had enough time to do that. Do you think it's a bold step?
Yeah, it's a bold step because we've been in this insecurity for more than I don't know, for more than, let's say, years.
Oh,
Years back we've been crying. So this is the best move. It's the best
okay.
move.
That's a good one for President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Thank you so much for that move. Okay, moving on, still on Vanguard, on subsidy actually, says Labour and federal government set 8 weeks deadline to conclude dialogue. Labour and federal government set 8 weeks deadline to conclude dialogue. But I want to ask something. This 8 weeks deadline, that means they have to be, talking and talking and talking, discussing, and eventually comes into a conclusion. So this 8 weeks is a threshold. It's a deadline. After 8 weeks, what happens?
It is from what the headline is saying is like after 8 weeks before they will decide finally what if they will go on strike. That if the federal government is not responding to what they requested from
Okay.
them, if they will go on strike, then that's when we'll know.
Okay. But even at that, do you still think that the subsidy removal will be considered, or we're still going to be buying fuel for 500 naira per liter? What do you think about that?
If you can buy 500 naira per liter from when they remove the subsidy till now, and then 8 weeks extra, I don't think it will be possible for them to remove
It will not be removed. It won't be.
Because if you see now, Nigerians we are getting used to it.
We're getting used to it. So you think that okay, removing subsidy, still on subsidy, removing subsidy, do you think it's the best option, or do you think it's the best move actually to remove subsidy or something?
Yes, is the best move. But before you remove at least before you remove a subsidy like that, you need to make provisions of things that
Okay.
assist the poor or people that because it will affect people a lot.
Okay, so that's the best move, but certain things were not put in place, like what's it called?
Like
Minimum wage, transportation, hospitality, and all of those stuff. Okay, so we think that's the best move, but it was at the wrong time, actually, at the wrong time, without putting things in place. Okay, let's see what the government holds for us. Let's move on. Okay, now we are actually Lagos Task Force arrest Kingpin and others. They didn't actually tell us what Kingpin, kidnapping Kingpin, drug Kingpin, or something, but it just says arrest Kingpin. Do you think that it's a good idea to cover their faces, as we have seen on the screen, like mask their faces from the public or something? Because I don't understand why that is being done.
So when you see pictures like this and their face are being covered, it shows that okay, maybe they are still investigating. They are not that sure yet if you understand. That's why their face are being blurred like this. For the picture.
Okay, that's a good explanation following that headline. Okay, now moving on to Punch, it says again LP INEC lawyers clash over poll materials. Recall that last week they actually complained, Labour Party actually complained that INEC is actually, they're actually frustrating the efforts of the legal process. So I think they are clashing again. You know, Labour Party and INEC lawyers are also clashing for over poll materials. What do you have to say about that?
I don't have much to say, but they'll keep clashing till the end of the case.
Till the end of the case. And do you even think that it will ever be resolved?
It will be resolved. Yeah, sure, it will be
They will
resolved.
come to a conclusion whether to leave President Ahmed Tinubu on the seat or actually install Peter Obi.
Yeah.
Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for justice. Justice should actually prevail. Still on Punch, it says Chigaga government distribute 38,000 uniforms to female students. That's actually one thing that we should laugh about. So what do you have to say about that, Mr. Peter?
Oh my God! You know, I don't know who to blame on this.
Okay.
If it's Punch News or the Jigawa State, because providing 38,000 uniforms for female students is not.
It's nothing compared to it's what an individual is supposed to even
do.
Ordinarily, what an individual is supposed to do.
So I don't think this.
I don't want to say Nigeria is a joke. Actually, let us move on. Let us just leave that. Let us just reserve our comment on that. Still on Punch newspaper. It says acting IG Egbetokun due to retire in 2024. Due to retire in 2024.
Yeah.
And he was appointed as the acting Inspector General of Police. He has just few months to go. Why then appoint him?
He maybe he's in the best position for that position.
Okay.
You understand? And then it doesn't mean because he's going to retire by 2024 that they shouldn't give him that position.
Okay.
You understand? So maybe they see him as the best person for now on that position. Yeah.
Okay, that's why it's acting
that's why it's
IG.
Acting, yeah.
Okay, so that's why it's acting on behalf of the IG. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's for Punch newspaper. Let us move on to Channels. Channels says tribunal resumes hearing of PDP's petition challenging Tinubu's victory. Tribunal resumes hearing of PDP's petition challenging Tinubu's victory.
I don't know what to say.
He doesn't know what to say. I actually do not know what to say either because this case has been going on and on and on. Let us see what the court holds. Still on Punch, it says Tinubu to make first official trip overseas as Nigeria's president. Tinubu to make first official trip overseas as Nigeria's president. Do you have idea what it's going to do?
No, I don't have.
You don't have an idea. Okay, so let us hope he does the best. It doesn't. I trust my president. I trust the president of Nigeria. Let us see. So let us go over to the last on Channels. It says President Tinubu appoints Bala Usman, Hannatu Musawa as special advisors. Now we have women coming up gradually. What do you have to say about that? That we have more women representing the women caucus
in the country.
In the country, the women gender, the female gender in the country. So is that a good step or something?
Yeah, it's a good step because they've been crying for so long that there are some positions that they're supposed to give to them. That so now they are pushing them forward. Let's see what they will do.
What they will do actually. I hope they don't fail us because we have been skeptical to give them that position. But then let us see what they hold for us. That's the last on Channels. Let's move on to Nation. Police nab 5 notorious robbery suspects, recover arms in Imo State. Imo State. Again, police nab 5 notorious robbery suspects, recover arms in Imo State. Now, these are the unknown gunmen, UGM. They actually do not tell us where they are from. They're from the east, but they just nabbed them in Imo State. What do you have to say about that, Mr. Peter?
This has been going on. Police so far now has been doing good. You understand? There've been a series of arrests from different parts of the country. So they are doing good.
They are doing good. Okay. Kudos to the police departments of the country. Moving on, nation says subsidy palliatives plan are ready in August. Subsidy palliatives plan ready in August. That means the palliative provided for that subsidy removal will be available in August. I think so. Why then push it to August? Are they trying to plan something very, very huge, elaborate for us or something?
Yes, I don't know, but since you say it's coming up in August, let's just wait till then.
You know, one thing I hate about palliatives in Nigeria, people hoard them.
Yeah, people hoard
You
them.
see these people that are in position to take these palliatives, they hoard them, which is actually really, really, really bad.
Really bad.
The government will provide palliatives and they will hoard them, you know, without distributing it to the public. I really do not know. I really do not know about that. But let's see.
I just hope this palliative should continue.
That is it.
It won't be a short time
That is
palliative.
it. That is it. Let's just see. Now, we're closing the nation with Nnamdi Kanu's news. Ozekome in letter to DSS allow doctors access to Kanu. Allow doctors access to Kanu. You know, Kanu's case has been on and on and on and on. I don't think the government are ready to release or even grant him access to his family and doctors. What do you think?
You know, this kind of issue, and it's just that they somehow, just like you say, and now this guy came to put it, just like you say, he pour
salt and pepper in a soup, or
soup.
fuel in fire.
Fuel in fire. This Asari
Dokubo, yeah.
Added more salt and pepper to it too. I don't know. They just look to his case, and if they feel that okay, they've punished him enough, to me, they've punished him enough, they should just release him.
Should be released. Yeah. Okay, because he was charged with a very, very high crime, treason, terrorism, and all of those stuff. So I think they will still want to actually keep him close in custody for a while, you know, so that they don't leave any stone unturned.
Yeah.
Let us see what happens then. But I think that the government should actually try to give the doctors access to him so he won't die in custody. Because if he dies in custody, it is another bigger problem for the country. But we hope something is done very, very soon. This is the end of today's newspaper review. We'll be joining us at 2 p.m. for more updates. If you have not subscribed to our channels, please do so to subscribe. It is very important so you have different updates and notifications anytime we come online. This is News Review, and myself and Mr. Peter is saying goodbye. Thank you so much for joining, and have a very wonderful day. Goodbye.